Today we're going to look at 5 of the most common guitar effect pedals that you should know about, plus 2 bonus items at the end of the video, so make sure you stick till the end for those. Let's get started right away with the first guitar effect, overdrive. When you play through an overdrive, you'll typically get some grit along with the guitar's clean sound. It's pretty sensitive to how you play, so if you pick lightly, there will be less grit. If you pick hard, then there'll be more. So let's get into some recommendations. So this is the TC Electronic Mojo Overdrive pedal. It's $47.49. That is a great deal on a pedal. That's as inexpensive as you can get for guitar effects pedals, and for the quality, that is a great price. It has 2 separate controls, one for bass and one for treble, so you have more control overall. Other pedals typically have just one tone knob that controls both the bass and treble. So for an inexpensive but quality overdrive, I would highly recommend the TC Electronic Mojo. If you have a little bit more money to spend, I would highly recommend the Full Tone OCD. This pedal is amazing. This pedal is $127.20. It has a rich, warm sound, so when you go from 0 to all the way up, it's covering a wide range, and you're gonna get a lot of different sounds out of this box. So if you have a little bit more spending money, I would highly recommend you get the Full Tone OCD. Going to our next pedal, we have the Proco Rat 2 Distortion Pedal. Now, I know this is the overdrive section, but this pedal is sort of a mix between overdrive, distortion, and fuzz. It more so goes towards distortion, but if you want a single pedal that will get you both overdrive and distortion and a little bit of fuzz, this pedal might be for you. It's $69.99. Now I'm gonna be honest that this is not my favorite in design, but it is definitely rugged. This pedal is for you if you want an all-in-one distorted effect pedal. That brings us to the next effect, distortion. Distortion is what's usually used for rock or metal sounds that's really gritty. It's not going to preserve your clean sound as well as an overdrive does, but it's really going to give you that rock and roll metal sound. So let's get into the recommendations for the distortion pedals. First up is a classic, the Boss Distortion DS1. This is the most sold distortion pedal, and it's $49.97. It's a really simple construction, having this typical 3-knob layout. It has the big area to turn on and off the pedal. Just because it's inexpensive doesn't mean that this pedal's quality is bad. So if you're looking for an inexpensive but high quality distortion pedal, this is for you. The next pedal that we have is a TC Electronic Dark Matter. This is also in the same price range, $48.98. Now I remember back when this first came out, same for the Mojo Overdrive, these sold for over $100, but now it's only $48. That is a steal. Again, this one is nice because it has separate controls for bass and treble. What I didn't mention before is that this has a voice switch right here, and basically it's just another way that you can control the EQ of your signal. So again, if you're looking for a distortion pedal that's inexpensive, this is as inexpensive as it gets. This next pedal is the Boss MT2 Metal Zone, and this one is especially for those that are into metal. Now this one is more expensive, it's at almost $100. What's unique about this one is that it really gives you control over the EQ. You can see here, you can control the low, the middle, and the high frequencies, so really you can get a lot of control over your sound. Let's get into the next effect, chorus. So chorus is kind of like a mellow sound. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm not gonna explain any further. You hear that backing track? That's what chorus sounds like. So let's just get straight into the recommendations. So the first pedal we have is the MXR M234 Analog Chorus. This one is for $100. Now what's cool about this particular chorus pedal is that it has, again, extra EQ knobs, so it gives you a lot more control. Now as an added bonus, it comes with 4 cables Honestly, I don't know how the quality would be for these, but as a beginner, this would be great to start out with, especially when you don't have any. Our next pedal is the TC Electronic Corona Mini Chorus. Now you're gonna notice these with the TC Electronic pedals, but for a lot of their pedals, they'll have a mini version, a regular size version, and sometimes even a larger version. So each version has its own benefits and pros and cons. But if you're just looking for a pedal that is small, compact, and has a great chorus sound, this pedal could be for you. It's $100, and what's cool about the TC Electronic pedals is that they have something called the tone print technology. And what that is basically you get an app on your phone, and it comes with hundreds of downloadable presets that you normally wouldn't be able to come up with just these knobs here. So in that tone print technology, it has a software too. If you want to dive deeper, you can control almost any parameter through the software. So you can get a lot of different sounds through the tone print technology. It's actually pretty cool. So that's really a benefit of these TC Electronic pedals. But this one is the mini. We also have the regular size one, TC Electronic Corona pedal. This one is $128.99. What's cool about this one is that you have a switch that can control between the tone print and tri-chorus, which is 3 different types of chorus that you can go through the effects level knob. The next effect is reverb. Reverb tries to emulate basically the ambient noise that's reflective off of any given room. So each room, whether it's large or small, will have a different type of ambient noise, and that's what a reverb is trying to capture. So let's get into the recommendations. So the first recommendation is the TC Electronic Hall of Fame 2. Now, like I said before, they have a mini version, but I would really recommend you to get the Hall of Fame 2 instead. And that's because it has these 3 presets that you can place the tone print presets. And that's good for, especially if you're doing live, you don't want to be tweaking the knobs for every single song. So having 3 slots for presets can be very helpful for that. Now the price is about $137, and this reverb has a lot of different sounding reverb. So we have room, hall, spring, plate, church, shimmering, modulating, and lo-fi. It has the option to toggle between whether the delay is short or long, and it has a technology called mash, which basically makes this foot switch here into an expression pedal. So the harder you press this, the more of the effect you'll have. The more lightly you press this, the less the effect will be prominent. So that's a cool effect to have on this pedal. The next recommendation I have is the Wampler Ethereal Delay and Reverb pedal. Now this one is a combination of delay and reverb. So if you're looking into delay and reverb, this might be a nice compact solution for you, because basically you're gonna pay $100 for a delay pedal or a reverb pedal anyway, maybe even more. So at about $200, this is a great solution to combine both of those effects into one small package. And you can use this pedal to either use just the delay or use just the reverb, or you can mix both, and you can mix them by varying amounts. So you have a lot of control here for mixing and matching reverb and delay. And that leads us to the next effect, which is delay. Delay pedals basically repeat the signal that's coming in, and you can control how many times that signal is repeated. So let's get into some of these recommendations. The first recommendation is TC Electronic Flashback Delay and Looper. This pedal goes for $169. Like the Hall of Fame, this has a bunch of different types of digital delay, but in addition to that, it also has a looper. And if you don't know what a looper is, it basically records anything you play into it and repeats that recording so that you can play over it. So that's really cool for coming up with ideas, coming up with a solo, or even writing your own songs. It has a switch here to control the rhythm of the delay, and again it has that mash technology. Now the next recommendation is the MXR M169 Carbon Copy. This pedal is $150, but this pedal is really specializing in analog delay. So what that is basically when it repeats your signal, the repeated signal starts to fade away after each repeat. While the flashback has an analog setting, it's mainly a digital delay. For those, the repeats are almost identical to the first signal captured. And something I forgot to mention before about the flashback and the Hall of Fame 2 is that they both have the tone print technology. So you'll have hundreds of presets that you can use through the app on your phone. So those were the 5 most common guitar effect pedals that you should know about. And now we're going to go into the 2 accessories that you'll need, especially if you're going to be buying these effect pedals. But before we get into that, if you were interested in getting any of these pedals, links will be down below in the description. So if you're interested, go check those out. But anyway, let's get into the 2 accessories you'll need if you want to buy effect pedals. The first accessory you'll need is a power supply. Here is the True Tone 1-Spot Pro 6 output power supply, and this supplies up to 6 pedals. It's $130. This should be enough for when you get started. Now most pedals will be able to be powered by a 9-volt battery, but those you have to continuously buy more once it runs out of a charge, and it's just a hassle to constantly open the back of your pedals and switch out those batteries. So I highly recommend getting one of these. The next accessory you're going to need is a pedal board. This one is a Pedal Train Nano. They have different sizes, and basically it's just a way for you to organize your pedals and have them on a single board. So it's a nice way to manage your pedals. This one is a pretty small one. It's about $70. But they also have bigger ones, like this one, which is around 18 inches by 12.5 inches. When you're getting these, what you want to be aware of is you have to measure the pedals you already have and sketch out the arrangement beforehand so that you know exactly what size pedal board you need. Again, if you're interested in these accessories or any of the pedals that we mentioned today, the links will be down in the description below. And that was the 5 most common guitar effect pedals, along with 2 accessories you'll need. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and be on the lookout for our top 5 accessories you'll need video, which I'll link down below in the description once it's uploaded. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video.